subjects to eliminate or to teach in primary or even in secondary, if we are to grow as children, as a good nation, as a good education system. And before anything is done, you can see in all level that at least there are some practical results oriented subjects that are in. We're no longer so much into theory. But trust me, parents still don't know that. For the nation to be better, we need to first sensitize parents, because parents only believe in results. Parents believe that 4 means the school or the child is good. Parents believe that 4, 5, 6 is the best scorers. We don't believe in the practical bit. Yet now when our kids are out of school, we start looking for jobs, we start blaming the schools, start blaming the children, we start for poor performance. Yet it's in our mindset as parents. We think by a child getting 4, that will determine their future. It's not that, parents. These days, as I keep saying, excellent result doesn't mean you're now successful, doesn't mean you're now business oriented, doesn't mean now you're going to put food on your table just because you got a 4 or you got a 16 or you got 20 points out of 20. No, this is it. Number 1, in lower section, children should learn to read. We could teach reading, which is very good. We could teach MDD. That MDD, you see that children express themselves. They learn a lot of confidence building. They learn to express themselves. It's very vital. But these days they have become clubs in school. It's no longer mandatory. You find a child in MDD, or maybe this one is not interested. If we could make such subjects compulsory, this country wouldn't remain the same. Agriculture would begin right from the lower section. For us in the Montessori section, especially when you come to nursery, you find us doing biology, classifications. Children know botanical names, they know scientific names. In nursery, moreover. And then the things we start learning it in our curriculum at all level. That's when you start doing those classification, you start doing the chemistry, you start mixing balancing equations, and you didn't start it from here. When we're learning sensorials in nursery, children learn practical skills. They use their senses, they measure, after measuring, they compare. And that is physics, or that is chemistry almost. Than when a child grows and starts to do things in O level. You don't know how equations are balanced, you don't know what it means. You hear chemical formulas, H20 to represent water or carbon dioxide. The child gets totally confused. Why? Because we didn't start the orientation right from lower section. Art is something that should be compulsory. Art is where children draw, where children do a lot of design, children learn a lot of creativity, architectural imagination. Imagine if all these subjects are put in our section as primary up to secondary. How best shall we be as a country? But you find it in secondary when they're optional. Agriculture is optional. You start doing history. What does history help you with? We learned about Napoleons, we learned about the Bourbon monarchies, we learned about the Antonators. You can be a good politician, that's okay. But how does it help we as students, as teachers, as the nation to really build on something that can help us survive? It doesn't. So if we introduce art, you would see a lot of creativity into the children. Another thing is culture. Instead of us doing history, instead of us doing RE, children write notes and we expect them to pass exams. And we label our children dull. We label our children slow. Our kids are not slow teachers. Our children are not slow parents. It's just that the system we've given them is making things difficult for them they can't reason. First of all, the generation does not reason like our years back. Everything is simplified for them. So now you bring certain things, the notes are too much. Children have to write from the first page to the last. They have to cram an answer in the end. And then the answer cannot even help them to apply it in real life. RE or CRA should be taught in Sunday school, at school, in church, or at home when you're having that, that prayer time. You teach children religious stuff that you need them to know. We do not know anything about our culture. We always despise our cultures, we despise our ancestors, and then we start believing in other ancestors that we even never saw. And that is how our culture is dying literally as Ugandans or as Africans. So culture should be taught right from primary, 1 or from lower school. In upper section, there are many subjects that we can deal away with. But there's one section that I feel if NCD could consider, it would really help much. That is courtship and marriage. It should be inculcated into the curriculum at all level, up to L level. You'll find people struggling relationships. Single mothers are many. Single fathers are many. Street children are everywhere. Broken marriages. Why? We learn all the things the hard way. There's no one to mentor us. Deep down years back, we would sit with our parents, our aunties, our singers, and they tell you everything about marriage. You go there when you're prepared. But these days we learn the hard way. You fall in love with someone, you think you know, that kind of relationship will grow until before you know it, the person is not what you expected, because nobody mentored you, nobody nurtured you. So if we put all the things together as a country and we change it right from lower school and we deal away with PLE, we shall really become a better nation.